Fulcrum here, and we are talking about the last comic in the series, The Rise of Kylo Ren. I know it's super short and sweet because there are only 4 of them, but I have to say, it's awesome. Charles Soule did a wonderful job in capturing all of Kylo Ren's ups and downs, his way to stardom, and I really loved this last one, and I'm excited to talk about it with you right now. So we're starting off exactly where we left off, all right? So it starts off where they're pretty much just testing Ben Solo to make sure that he's even kind of a good fit for him. And what they're doing, I know that Snoke kind of recommended Ben for the position in the Knights of Ren, but the Knights of Ren are really testing them. So right now they are heading off to a mine where there was an artifact found called the Mind Splitter. Now, the Mind Splitter, we don't really have too much information on what it looks like, what it kind of does outside of the straightforwardness of splitting the mind. So they headed over to the mines to go pick this up, and it is kind of a test for Ben, and he uses that Sith sorcery that like pushes their mind to tell them the truth in order to find where it is. I really like this specific scene because it shows the unorganizedness of the Knights of Ren, that they kind of do whatever they want, take whatever they want, and that's it, no questions asked. There is no order. There's no, here's the leader, he's in charge, these are the rules. No organization the way we kind of see it future on when Ben is the leader of it. So while they're in the mines, recovering this artifact, our friendly neighborhood Jedi show up. So they come into the mines, obviously, to stop Ben Solo, and they split off, one to help like the miners and others and fight the Knights of Ren. But then Ty is like, I'm going to take Ben Solo on alone. And the reason why he does this is because if you remember what I was talking about early on, Ben and Ty kind of had that close bond. They were connected in the Force the ways that the other Jedi were not. And so Ty really believed that he could get a hold of what Ben's going through and turn the tides on it. So they erupt into this epic battle. It really is awesome, the illustration for this battle between Ty and Ben Solo, where you can hear them talking about how Ben kind of can't go back. And that's what he keeps saying over and over again. And Ty's like, you know, this is a two-way street, and I want to bring you back from the dark side. I'm here to help you. I am here for you. And honestly, at the end of it, I think that Ty could have changed the tides for Ben and what his future was looking like. He had that potential to do it. But then right when Ben was kind of changing his mind, Ren comes over and snaps Ty's neck, killing him. Ben turns around like, are you serious? Like, why did you do that? And so they then get worked into an epic battle of their own. And during this battle, while they're fighting, lightsaber and all, you can see Leia, Rey, Snoke, and even Sidious all realizing that the Force is changing in this moment. They can feel Ben changing the tides of the Force, of the balance of light and dark, and they can feel him switching. And I really love that because, like I said, you get to see young Rey. Rey, who doesn't even understand the Force, has no training at all in it. She is just home doing her thing, and she's like, what? What is that? So I really love that scene and watching it as well. Of course, in the end, Ben kills Ren, taking his place as the rightful leader of the Knights of Ren. And you can see all of the Knights of Ren bow to Ben, understanding that he is definitely the strongest, which is something that we talked about. You know, the Knights of Ren are Force sensitive, whereas Ben Solo is like the Force. He is strong in the Force. His midichlorian count is probably out of this world. So that is where we end in that mine, and they don't even actually take the mine splitter. They just all kind of leave. They just leave the mine splitter where it is with the miners and their dead bodies. And then we go into kind of like a crunch time. So we see then Kylo making his lightsaber from that blue hue that it has to corrupting the lightsaber kyber crystal and making it red. That means destroying his past, getting rid of Ben Solo completely, and giving birth to Kylo Ren. So we see that. We see the construction of that really cool T-shaped lightsaber, and then we move into what is your name? And it is Kylo Ren. And that's where we end. I loved this. I loved what they did with this. I loved all of the illustration. Obviously, my favorite scene, if you've listened to my stories about this previously, you'd know that my favorite scene is going to be Skywalker's temple and all of the little Jedi Padawans running around, Ben Solo being one of them, and seeing the temple in the background, and it is gorgeous. I absolutely love that scene. That's gotta be kind of my favorite part of the whole thing. But I thought that this was a really great way to understand Ben Solo's transition to being Kylo Ren, how that started, why he has this obsession with Darth Vader and this hate towards the light side. So you can understand it. You can see the corruption that started early on between Snoke and Ben Solo. And you can really get to understand what happened to Kylo Ren to make him this mad, to make him the way he acts out. And I'm glad I got to read it. I highly recommend reading it. If you wanted some more details about it, let me know what you think in the comments below. This is Fulcrum signing off.